And before we move on, I would like to talk about these and make sure that we are all on the same page. So you must have learned about these, strain and stress, from your solid mechanics course, the, how do we call it here? The mechanics of materials course here, right? And let's say we had a bar like this, circular bar. And you're providing tension, so you're pulling it, the force F, and it had a diameter of D, and as you stretch it, the diameter has slightly changed like that, and the length has slightly changed as well, right? And in that case, the actual strain, epsilon, is defined as delta L over L, right? And what's the unit of this strain? It's unitless, right? It's unitless. And the actual stress, how do we define the actual stress here? It's force over area, right? And what would be the constitutive relationship between stress and strain? The relationship between these two, like that, right? And of course, this guy is the Young's modulus. It's somehow F equal kx, roughly speaking. You get it? Force and stress, they are related, right? And strain and this displacement is somehow related. And the Young's modulus and this stiffness is somehow related, isn't it? The higher Young's modulus you have, the stiffer material you have, right? So you can do a little bit of math to actually derive this from here to there, or vice versa, but we'll not do that here. But I want you to just remember this. That way it will remind you the correct equation. And in this situation, what will be the transverse strain? Transverse direction is in this direction, and that will be delta D over D, right? And in this situation, this would have a negative value, right? And this would have a positive value in this situation, right? And from here, what's the Poisson ratio? It's going to be this. Very good. And this is going to have a positive value. And from your mechanics of materials course, anybody remember what value you had a lot in any example problems? 0.3, right? So most metal, epsilon is around like 0.3, like steel. I guess you guys will know very well based on how you answered, but what would be the meaning of this Poisson ratio, like physically speaking? Let's say aluminum rod got longer by 1%. Then the thickness changes how much? Anyone? 0.3%. Yes. Actually, this was one of the interview problems that I had long ago when I was when I applied for an internship, and I didn't answer correctly at that time. I remember, so that's why I remember this. And another thing that I want you guys to remember is this Poisson ratio for almost all natural materials we see around us. That is going to be something between 0 and 0.5. Okay? We don't have a material that has Poisson ratio is minus 0.3 or minus 0.5. Okay? Bamboos, some internal structure in bamboos, they have this negative Poisson ratio. What means is if you stretch it, it gets stretched in this way as well. It's called oxidic materials, and This is studied a lot these days, and there's something called metamaterial. You guys heard about that from somewhere? Or maybe you heard about Harry Potter's cloak. Yeah, this thing. About like 15 years ago, there was a scientist in UK. He first came up with this idea, negative refraction, and then he invented this metamaterial, which is like a new type of material that does not exist in real world. And these materials use that negative Poisson ratio or negative index. So it's a man-made structure that changes the way of reflection and how the sound it reflects and all those things. But we usually don't see in real life, right? So that's another thing that I want you guys to remember. If you had a Poisson ratio that was a negative value, then probably you're wrong in your calculation. So don't report to your boss, hey, the Poisson ratio I got was negative 0.3, and they will question you, okay? All right. Any questions up to this point?